can do it,
Oh, lost
Look
it.
at that. I planned that the whole time.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Michael with RC Crawling. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the SEQURE brushless system. They were kind enough to send this to me to test, so I will be showing you how to install it, and then we will be running it, and I'll provide my thoughts on it. We will dive into this and start with the installation. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at this setup. We have the 2 to 3S capable, 50 amp continuous, 100 amp burst, 6 volt BEC. It is the ANT ESC SEQURE. I think it does have customizable color LEDs, so we can take a look at that. But nice small size. And the motor is the 1520 3500 kilovolt SEQURE. We do have multiple bolt patterns, so that is convenient for finding a motor mount that'll work. It does come with some adapter cables, a number of pinions for different RC setups, some sticky stuff, and a few zip ties for cable management, which is nice. And included is the Wi-Fi linker, so pretty cool that it comes with the Wi-Fi linker. I do like that it runs the Escape 32 software. That's my preferred ESC software. Instead of the supplied pinions, I am going to be running this Mofo RC 13 tooth Mod 3 pinion. I think, having watched a couple other reviews, the 24 tooth pinion that has been included is just going to be too fast. So we're going to give the motor and ESC the best chance of functioning the way us crawlers want by using this Mofo pinion. I am going to be mounting onto this Big Kid Tiny Truck motor mount. It will go on our transmission, so I will take off this red motor plate, put on this one, and then we will dive back in with getting the motor and pinion aligned with our spur gear. So I will get all that completed. I will check back in with you in a moment. I have got everything mounted onto the transmission now. What I did was make a mark with a Sharpie of where the motor shaft lines up with the spur gear. So we will be pressing on our pinion onto the motor shaft, and so when I get it to where the Sharpie is, I know I'm in the right position. Now, if you use a different motor mount, you may end up with different hardware, but the theory will still be the same. With Big Kid Tiny Truck, it comes with a number of offset posts. I use the medium size. I could use the longer one, so I don't have to push the pinion on so far. So I may call an audible and switch to that. I am just going to be pushing the pinion on by hand on the desk. There are pinion tools. I would recommend using one, but I am not going to follow my own advice. So I am going to press this pinion on, and then we should be able to get this hooked up and test it out. Here we are with the motor installed on the transmission. Got the pinion gear on here, and it is meshed with the spur gear. So you want to check your gear mesh. Make sure it's not too tight, but the gears are making contact and not slipping. I mounted the ESC onto this slider. I've got the stock receiver ESC combo. And of course it's 1 to turn, so your servo goes into channel 1, and 2 to burn. On the stock receivers, it is labeled THR, if I can get this to focus. I think you can see that. So steering and throttle. So you can use any ESC like with your stock Spectrum receiver. So you don't have to change controllers or your receiver. And you can run any aftermarket brushless or brushed combo that you would like. So I am going to show you how to get in to tune the ESC now. So we're going to unplug from the receiver, and we are going to take our Wi-Fi linker. As you can see, it is labeled signal positive and negative. So we are going to plug that into this cable like you would the receiver, and make sure our white signal goes onto the signal post. With that on there, we can go ahead and plug the battery in to the ESC and turn it on. So it is on now. We've got a red light on our Wi-Fi linker. And let me adjust my camera real quick. So now, I prefer to do this on the laptop. It's just a little bit easier to work on, but you could do this from your phone. You're going to go to your Wi-Fi settings, and you want to search for Open Wi-Fi Networks. We are going for the Escape 32 Wi-Fi link. We are going to connect. Yeah, we are connected, and it automatically brought up a browser, and all of these settings are how you can tune your ESC. I am not going to go into great detail other than to say you can run this in brushed if you want. You could plug in a brushed motor. Since we're doing brushless, we're not going to change that. You can change your throttle mode. So we want forward reverse. You could do forward brake reverse if you wanted. We just want forward reverse. I did knock the reverse throttle down to 75%. I like it a little slower. Don't want to mess with any of the temperature protection and low voltage cutoff settings. Those are fine. But the neat thing with this, it does have that. Interesting. I don't think it does anything since we're locked in at 6 volts on the BEC. But I did want to show the little LED on your ESC. You can customize the color by checking these little boxes. So no light. I think that one's red. And then green and blue. And then that one doesn't do anything. So I went and checked blue and red to get a purple to match the chassis and pink base camp body. And then after you've changed what you want to change, hit save, and you're done. So you can also go over here to music. You will need RTTL code to put in music, and this will play a sound when you turn on your ESC if you program it to do that. If there's ever a firmware update, you can install it on the firmware tab. If you want more information, there is a good video for how to adjust all these settings from Big Kid Tiny Truck, and I will link to that in the description. But I am going to go ahead and tune this to what I think will smooth it out. I played with it a little bit and it's very smooth, but I think I can get a little bit smoother, and then we will go run it on the rocks. We are outside ready to run this thing. The whole reason everybody's watching, I'm sure. I did want to talk about the setup we're using first. Of course, we're looking at the motor and ESC. This truck is in a weird spot for upgrades. It's got an aftermarket chassis, a brushless motor, aftermarket tires and wheels, and everything else is stock. So stock servo, stock gearing in the axles, stock shocks, stock links. So what we are focusing on is not the overall performance of the truck, but the smoothness and throttle control of the brushless motor. So with that being said, we will pop the body on and go run it. Lance is observing from inside. He loves crawling, but he's an inside cat, so he won't be joining us. This body needs trimmed, so we're getting a little bit of tire rub. So ignore the bouncing of the body from the tire rub. But look at how controlled and slow that is. I can slow it down even more and just creep. It's got really smooth throttle control. This is one of my favorite lines to climb. And again, we can just slow that thing right down to just creeping over the rocks. The bees like the pink base camp. Hey, little buddy. I really like that motor and ESC so far. I think we're doing good. We're just going to run through the full throttle range. So from very slow creep, mid-range, about halfway, and full power. Just take a look at this thing without the body, watch this motor do its job. I am not finding anywhere in the throttle that it gets jumpy or has a burst of speed when you're coming out of sine mode. So I'm really happy with this setup. This is a good little motor and ESC, especially for the price. I'm dragging our battery with us because it's not mounted. We're going to give the frame bender a shot. This takes precise tire placement and throttle control to crawl successfully. Nice and smooth, very controlled. So even though this truck is mildly upgraded, with this brushless setup, it is hitting lines that it could never even attempt before. just because I'm able to slow it down and get that real nice controlled smooth crawl. We are back out on the course. Shane, who owns the truck, has never driven it with the brushless motor, so we're going to get his reaction.
Oh, that's smooth.
Isn't it? Give it some wheel speed. There you go. Oh, lost the battery too. I just slid it in there and it slid out.
That's all right. All right. Oh, got the T-Rex. Sorry, bud. So right away I could tell the steering's a little different.
Yeah, the servo is kind of weak.
That's all right.
There's a little bit of body rub because I haven't trimmed it yet. I was waiting until the links show up.
Yeah. Let's go. Man, it's a beast now.
Isn't it? What do you think?
I love it. It's night and day difference with that brushless motor. Isn't it?
Oh yeah, and it's super smooth, super slow if you need it to be.
Yes. Come on, baby.
Those links will help as soon as they come. They're double or bent links, but I'm going to double bend them to fit the chassis.
All right.
It's hitting lines it could never hit before with the stock motor.
Absolutely. I can't wait to take this to the big boy course.
Oh yeah.
This is amazing. It's like a whole different truck.
Isn't it? It just does what you want when you want it to.
Come on, whoa. Yeah, and it's got a lot more power.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna take a second to get used to. All right. Now you show me what you got.
I think we've demonstrated pretty well the functionality of this motor and ESC. I really like it. SEQURE did a great job. 50 amp continuous, 100 amp burst is really good. I would like to see an adjustable voltage BEC for some power hungry servos, but at the price point I can't complain about that. I have been discussing with them offering a 13 tooth pinion. That's what we're running in this, and I like the slow crawl. You can speed it up if you would like, changing out your diff gears, which that's generally my preferred way. Make sure that your gearing from your motor to your transmission is nice and slow, and then you can dial it in with your worm gears. So I do appreciate SEQURE sending me this brushless setup. It is very nice. It did smooth out a lot. I tuned it to the Mofo NanoBam V2 settings that are on the Big Kid Tiny Truck website. I will link to that too. So if you pick up one of these brushless setups from SEQURE, go find that tune and it will be nice and smooth. This is a great little setup for the price. So I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate if you made it to the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. What do you think of this setup? How do you think the base camp's coming along? This is my friend's truck, and I'm helping him through this process. I think he approves of it also. I will catch you again in the next video.